as the creativity from the coordinator to move guys around. And as you saw in the first game, that enhances the running game tremendously, as well as the creativity from the coordinator to move guys around. And as you saw in the first play of the game, and to get guys the ball in the fashion they're accustomed to getting the ball. But we're going to be all right running the football. I know. It's just who's going to be those two guys. That's the thing. Who's going to be those two guys?
Coach, apologize if this is too personal, but you just mentioned you were in the hospital for a procedure. Is everything okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm
Okay.
good.
Now,
I'm good. Clots, blood clots.
okay. Sorry to hear that.
No, I'm
Everything
good.
went well.
I'm good. That was, what was that, 3 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago. I'm sorry I didn't tell you guys. I apologize.
My question to you is obviously after being able to, or not being able to be here much last summer, how do your plans change this summer?
Tremendously, man. I mean, first of all, knowing what we have and knowing how to develop what we have, um, it's it's tremendous. That's something that I know a lot of people don't give us credit for, but it's amazing how some guys come here and you never knew them. But they leave, and not only do they have a name, but they're making money. That means they've been developed tremendously. So I'm proud. I'm really proud of the staff of that, and I think the staff has elevated tremendously. I don't think, I know the staff has elevated tremendously. Um, I'm still going to be here and hands on, and especially with the corners. But I love what I'm seeing from everybody, and especially the strength and conditioning guys, even the trainers. They're doing a phenomenal job of getting guys back healthy, along with the doctors that we have on hand. They're doing a great job as well. But as for me, just it's different when I'm here. I know it's you guys might not know because we don't invite you to practice all the time, but everybody inside these doors could tell you it's different when I'm here. I'm gonna go fishing, believe that, but I'm gonna take my breaks like every other coach. But because I love to be here anyway. But when I go home, I gotta wet the line a little bit as well
Thank you, sir.
and see my kids. Right, baby girl. Thank God she's 2 hours away, and I could drive and see her. Or we can meet halfway. I think meet halfway is better. My man, baby, you know who this is? Tell me who that is, Jack.
Congrats on the commitment to yesterday.
That's Jack. Go ahead and say it.
Jack Carlo.
That's Jack Carlo.
Wanted to ask about the early
Hold on,
enrollees.
Jack. Let me stop you for a minute.
Okay.
So who else? 247 is they're hiring everybody right now, right? Right? Who else is with 247?
I'm the one guy at Buff Insider.
Okay.
But,
I heard something. Somebody must have told me something about somebody else. I don't know who it was.
yeah.
But I'm like, man, they must be desperate.
We talk later.
No, not about you. You know what I mean. That's what I heard. I'm just saying I heard.
Get that later.
I heard.
I want to ask about the early enrollees. We saw Mojo had a nice pick there at the end. Just what
Yeah.
stood out to you most about that group?
The early enrollees, it's hard to really understand who was that. I'm getting old. Those guys are coming, man. Like everybody played today. Everybody got the proper time that they could display their attributes. Mo made the big play, of course, but we got some youngsters that's going to help us. They're going to help us tremendously. Even if they're not helping us on offense or defense, they're going to help us on special teams. So I'm excited about that class. We still got a couple more guys that's going to be here this summer that I think signees as well. I think they're in town right now. What else you got, Jack? That's all you got for me, though? What we going to eat, man?
Longmont? Anywhere?
Where's your spots?
Anywhere downtown.
What
I
is
don't wanna
downtown?
highlight.
What is downtown Longmont?
Like they have like a main street there. Have you checked out Main Street?
You
yet?
mean that it's a lot of like Mexican restaurants
Oh,
on
yeah.
it?
I
Okay.
don't want to highlight any.
Okay.
I got the endorsement deal there,
You got endorsement?
but no, I don't want to like give.
Oh,
Red Lobster.
that's my spot.
That's your spot.
It's my
I
spot.
have a couple friends over
A
there.
couple of waiters know my name.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
You know what he told me?
Yeah,
They do a good
Louise.
job. Yeah, I'm a decent tipper too. I'm a really good.
I'm sure they appreciate
I'm sure they do.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, buddy.
Hey, Coach. Scott Proctor,
What's going on,
DVR.
Scott?
Good to see you.
You too.
You mentioned earlier this week that you love like 3 cornerbacks, but you feel like the rest of the room kind of needs to step it up a little
You're
bit.
true.
What did you see from them today, and what exactly are you?
I saw
looking
the
for
same
in
thing
the
I've been
rest of the way?
saying. I want to see aggressive. How many passes did we throw today? Do we have any stats on
I
that?
have them, Coach. We had a little malfunction, so I'm going to work on it right after this.
Okay. Let's just say we threw 20. They threw 20 passes. We got to break up, at least 5, get our hands on a couple of them and, maybe one pick. We can't have no pass breakups out of 20 to 30 passes. That's not a good sign. These guys are working. They know what I want. We just had our meeting yesterday. We're brutally honest with them, but I challenge them to go to the next level. Everybody getting a check now, man. I expect you to earn it. I really do. And I mean that.
Lincoln.
Hey, Coach Lincoln Roach.
Lincoln Roach.
That red, that
Why
red
did-
lobster. is
Why
my
did you
grandma's
say that
favorite.
like with emphasis?
Roach.
We had roaches growing up, so I dropped 36 points one night with 4 roaches in my shoe. I took my shoe off of the game and like roaches fell out of that thing after I dropped like 36. They killed me. My teammates murdered me that night about you dropped 36 with 4 roaches in your shoes. So I didn't make fun of your name, but you said that like you tried to run by it real quick. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Amen.
When you got to CU, you really put the school on the map, bringing the national attention.
I
this
think you
is-
guys did a tremendous job of helping me. I didn't do that alone. Like, bad or good, media is media. And people wants to know what you're talking about, whether it's bad or good. So you guys did a heck of a job of helping us get on the map.
Well, with that, this is your first spring game not to air on a network,
Right.
airing on the YouTube.
Yeah.
What's needed to bring back that national attention, getting those networks? wanting to air
That's
those
not just
games?
us. It's no one's valuing spring anymore. You got several major colleges not even having spring games. The only thing that will bring that back is we compete against another school, and I've been saying that for the last several years. But I'm glad I ain't say what I was thinking. But I can't be the first one to say it. So that's what's needed. And you winning also helps increase that. But people get tired of the same old at a certain point, and you want more. I think this world is conditioned that we want more, and things are so different in college football right now with kids moving and kids leaving. So it's no loyalty somewhat of kids staying. So it's hard for the fan base to get to know, all these kids and to buy in and say, you know what, I'm going to support that. Hey, he's gone. I'm going to support it, but they're gone. So I understand that heartily, but we have a tremendous fan base. We have a tremendous student body, and we still have a lot of people out there that's crazy about CU football. And I'm excited about that.
Last year, we were the only spring game on Monday at all. Harrison.
Hey,
Yeah.
Coach.
So that tells you a lot. Yes, sir.
Hey, Coach Harrison Simeon, Buffs and SI. You talked about being, hands-on, close to your relationship with the corners. And after that touchdown to Scudero, saw you kind of coaching up Braylon Edwards there. Can you talk about maybe?
Well, I'm gonna tell you what I told him. You gotta stay outside. What is Danny running right there? Post?
Corner?
He's running the corner. You knew that. I knew that. Everybody, their mama knew that. Get your butt outside and use the safety that's on the inside. First of all, it's a matchup with Danny versus a safety. That's favorable. So you got to do your best to understand the knowledge of the game. But it's a freshman. It's a freshman.
And on that note, can you kind of talk about maybe have you sense that you've evolved as a coach and some of those one-on-one conversations you've had with players individually?
Well, I've always had one-on-one conversations with players. I've always had tremendous relationships with our players that exceed football. It's not just about football. I love to increase that and enhance that in every way imaginable, but I felt like I've always had a pretty good relationship with guys on the team. Last year was a little different because some came in that I didn't even know until I got here in for fall camp, and that was new. That was different for me. That was tremendously different for me.
Hey, Coach, a couple more for you, but are you enjoying the challenge of coming off of last year and trying to make it better?
We're going to make it better. We're not trying. We already have with the staff as well as the players that's inside the locker room. Um, I love it. I love the everyday grind of it. I love just learning new things on a daily basis about these young men, about our coaching staff as well, and things that we need to do to make sure we're better. That starts off with certain positions, and I think we've improved in those positions. But things definitely are. I'm not going to say 100%, but things are tremendously better on the field as well as with the staff.
And I want to ask you more of a kind of a bigger picture question is throughout your time here, I think even go back to Jackson State, you've never been shy about giving a young coach an opportunity,
Yeah,
like with Dante Carter,
yeah,
or
or an
Vaughn.
old coach opportunity.
Yeah. So why is that important to you to give these guys opportunities to, kind of
That's all.
elevating their job?
That's always been important to me. You got to understand, someone gave me a shot. Someone gave me a chance, whether it was way back in the day playing youth ball or even as a pro. Going from the Yankees to the Braves to the Cincinnati Reds. Like somebody gave me a shot, so I believe that. I don't. Sometimes the old school way ain't the right way. It worked in that era, but sometimes you gotta microwave some things and give those guys that has worked their butts off and has relationships with these kids. You got to give them opportunities, and he deserved it, man. He deserved every bit of it. If you understand how these kids relate to him, you would understand the why. If you understand how good Coach Niblett is and how he relates to his players, you understand why I gave a high school coach an opportunity. You got to understand those type of things. Sometimes you got to get an opportunity to have a glimpse at those things, but it's real. And this staff is really good at relating to these youngsters. They're really good at that.
Liam Howard, Buffs on SI. Coach, you talked about Danny a good bit already, but
Yeah.
what was your favorite thing that stood out to you about his game today, and what has he meant to this team since arriving here in
I
Boulder?
don't think he's missed a day of practice. That's number one. Um, I don't think he's received a loaf in practice. That's number two. And he comes to play and to win every day. Is one of the kids came today dressed inappropriately, had his shirt all tucked up and all that. I said, Danny, come in for a second. Danny ran over there. I said, you see him, how he's dressed? That's how I want all y'all to dress. You see him, how he acts, how he plays? That's how I want every last one of you receivers to play. So he is the role model of that room. And I love everything about him. He's a pleasure and an honor to coach. I reached out to a dear friend of mine that he reminds me of, a guy by the name of Julian Edelman. You might know him. And I wanted to connect the two because Jules could give him some tremendous insight because Danny got that. He got that Jules had. And I wanted him to learn from someone of that nature and that stature that's a bona fide winner, because that's who Danny is.
Last one, Leo, go.
Hey, Coach Leo Rivera with BuffStampede.com. I know you had pregame talk with Keep Talib. I was just kind of curious.
Yeah.
What was that about?
Yeah, he I think is it his nephew? Yeah, his nephew is on the squad, and I picked him just because of my relationship with him. And I told him, I say, now you were so good and we're cool, and I know you would never lie to me. So when you called me and told me you have a dog, you got somebody that you want to play for me, but he is like that, I don't even second guess it. It's like Brett Favre told me about one of the tight ends. I don't second guess it. You just do it. You just get it done. And the kid started off a little slow, but he's going to be in the mix and in the rotation. And like if we played right now, he would be in the rotation against Georgia Tech. But the kid can play, and that last name means something to me.
And lastly, I was just going to ask, where are you going to be fishing this summer?
At the crib, Lake Prime and Lake Time. I like to go catching. I don't go fishing. Hey, you guys, great job thus far. And we got to figure out a way to unite a little closer, even the ones that take shots. I don't give a damn about that. They've been shooting at me for a long time, fishing. But so you could know more about how I think, how the coordinators think, like the moves we make, the things that we're doing, so you'll know and you're not guessing. Like I see sometimes some of you guys put potential starting lineup, and I just laugh like, come on, man, like, come on, guys. Like you got to really look at what's going on out there. Sometimes you don't get a glimpse, and we're going to try our best to let you guys in a lot more so you could really see. Bless you, bless you, bless you. You all right, boss? Okay. Bless you, bless you, bless you. We just want you guys to really understand the program and the direction and where we headed, and we want you guys to journey with us, good or bad. I like them both. God bless. I say how you feel, you say fired up. When I say how you feel, you say good. How you feel? Fired up. How you feel? Good. Hey, Physical Friday. It's Physical Friday. I got a lot of Tarzan. I don't want no James. There's a lot of Tarzan. I don't want no James. You're getting hit today. Everybody except the quarterback and the receiver. Everybody else, you getting hit. Do we understand that? Yes, sir. Well, how you feel?